everybody. Welcome to another episode of Book of War, and hope you had a good 4th of July holiday. Back with the two Dans here this week. How was your 4th of July holiday?
Very nice, very nice. Did a little barbecuing, cookout in the backyard, that sort of thing. So
awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time. How about you?
Yeah, so got a chance to go up to Paul's place
Yeah.
in Massachusetts, like we have been doing for a number of years, and I think we both needed that. I think we kind of both needed a reset, honestly, from some work stuff in our lives,
Sure.
actually. So it was really good to get to be in the same room as Paul,
Right.
and get to hang out with a bunch of his friends up in Boston, actually. So it was nice. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the hospitality, actually.
Yeah, and were you able to make it into a 4-day weekend then with Monday?
Yeah, I went up Friday, came back Monday.
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
what
you
I
came
do.
back Monday.
I
Okay.
did, which works pretty well,
Nice.
all things considered. And he had some other events there that I was going to make complicated if I had been there, so that worked out pretty well.
Perfect.
And get to kind of reset Tuesday, which I needed, which is super good.
Yeah.
It's funny because I tend to just forget holidays. Right, I don't know if anybody has seen that on a stream before, but I tend to just not be aware of what holidays are happening.
Right.
So the fact that I actually have to plan to go to Paul's place is the one holiday I tend to know is actually happening. Also, it's in the name of the holiday. For me, it would help if every holiday was named like, third Thursday in November.
Right.
And the 25th of December.
Yep.
Would really help me out a lot.
Yeah.
So get on that, everybody. Anyway, if you're new to the stream and you're wondering what this is, Book of War is our lightweight, fast-paced, easy-to-learn war game that's compatible with classic Dungeons & Dragons, and we've been playing it for over 10 years at this point, and we run billions of computer simulations to make sure that it's compatible and accurately reflects what would happen in classic Dungeons & Dragons if you actually had hundreds of people on each side actually fighting, and making sure that the costs are balanced and stuff like that. And if you want to know more, you can go to oedgames.com. And I'll throw the link up on the screen right now. And in particular, as we playtest new rules and new balancing mechanisms, everything that we're doing here tonight is at oedgames.com/streaming, and you can see the specific errata we're using and the point costs for our armies, and feel free to double check and watch and see if we make any mistakes with the rules, because we're still learning some of the some of the fine print that we're still working on. And as usual, I appreciate Dan Cullinan sitting in this season to continue playtesting. So as usual, may the best Dan win.
May the best Dan win.
And Bacquius, thank you so much for checking in on the stream. Now, so I'm glad Bacquius is here tonight because it was his idea for what we're going to do tonight.
Yes.
A couple weeks ago, Bacquius suggested maybe let's have a session where one player has all normal men, and that's what I'm going to be playing with tonight, and one player has all fantasy types, and see how they match up. And that's exactly, I thought that was a great suggestion.
Very good.
So that's what we're doing tonight. How about, okay, so normally I'm player 2, but how about I'm just going to start with, because I have the normal men, and then we'll think about where Dan got crazy on his end.
Yeah.
So what I decided to take tonight was I took 20 figures of pikemen, and again, each figure is really 10 men in D&D.
Mm-hmm.
So I really have a force of 200 pikes.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 20 pikemen here in blocks of 10. I brought 20 crossbows here in, again, blocks of 10 there. I brought 13 figures of medium horse. So they're armor 5, they're in chainmail.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought 10 figures of horse archers, which again are the special type that classically in D&D can move and shoot and then move again, unlike any other type. And then again, the pikes, right, are so basically of the normal men, there's only 2 things that are special.
Yes.
And I took the 2 special things.
Good.
So I took the horse archers that can move, shoot, and move.
Yes.
And I also took the pikes that if I'm in good terrain and you hit me from the front, I get double attacks.
Yeah.
Right. I get a free interrupt double attacks, which is pretty ferocious. And I think, you and I, Dan, we both have been trying to play with pikes once in a while and struggled a little bit.
So much depends on good terrain, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm just gonna double check this. So pikes, the current rule is because I simplified this from first edition, is you get the interrupt attack. When attacked from the front, it's for double damage is what it says.
Yep.
Double damage. So I roll, and I guess every hit is worth 2 is the current rule.
Wow.
But all those, I get half attacks in bad terrain. Oh, I know, because the, I'm remembering, is that the sheet itself says pikes do 2 attacks per figure.
Ah.
Right? So those 2 attacks per figure are themselves double damage from the interrupt attack.
I see.
But if I'm on bad terrain, I lose the interrupt attack, I lose half of my normal attacks. And you're sad.
Very sad.
You're a sad pike.
You paid extra for nothing. For Lightfoot, right?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's my normal, mundane, real world army that I'm playing with here. And let me just see what William's saying here. You really want to pond. You really want to pond on terrain if you are bringing pikes to the battle. So with my horses and my pikes, and my horse archers, I'm kind of hoping for open terrain, kind of.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I was watching what was I watching? I was watching a video about sometime in the 6th century, a battle between the Byzantines and the Persians, and part of the Persians had invaded Byzantium, and then were confronted by the forces of Belisarius, I guess, who was the commander, right? And were basically chasing them for days. And the armies were both horse-heavy, and the Persians just didn't want to have a fight unless it was all open terrain.
Right.
So they were retreating for days and days and days until they could find a place that was just a big plain so that they could use their horses properly.
And it worked for them?
I think they were calling it a Pyrrhic victory. I think
Pyrrhic
both sides lost. Both sides lost a whole bunch. Technically, the Persians won. Both commanders were fired. The commanders of both sides were removed from their stations afterwards. It went so poorly. Yeah. So arguably, they should have just kept going.
I guess so. Yeah.
They should have just kept going back to Persia. Anyway, so that's on my mind. So what did you bring for your fantastic army?
Yeah, so seeing a discount, I chose the orc archers, which are a little cheaper than they used to be.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot riding on that weather roll.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I have here 200 orcs that are also archers. I also have 200 gnolls, medium foot. So they have the 2 hit die, which is nice.
They have the 2 hit dice, and they also, classic D&D, they also have an additional morale bonus of +2.
Yeah.
So on morale checks, you add 2 for their health, 2 for their morale bonus, take 1 because they're chaotic away.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, and then to round things off, I have 100 ogres of all different shapes and sizes.
I had to dig deep into my miniature collection because I didn't plan on anybody bringing 100 ogres to a cavalry fight.
Yeah.
Okay, and of course the ogres.
Yeah, they get extra damage if there's.
So it's basically extra 50% damage.
50%.
So if you get 2 hits, it counts as 3 hits.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Which again is that's what it says in original D&D. It's plus 50%. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so I got to keep that in mind. I got to not overlook the 2 health with your gnolls because they are powerful. They're a powerful bunch. Fascinating. So, and of course, Dan was mentioning a couple weeks back, based on discussions on our Discord server. And if you're not on there, feel free to visit patreon.com/wanderingdms, and every tier gets you there. So, we were talking about the classic chainmail game that a lot of this is inspired by. My weather chart was a little bit off by 1 pip, right? And so, based on popular demand, I adjusted it. So now we're going to roll a d6 for weather. And there's 3 chances for it to be sunny, which is bad for your orcs.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, nobody else gets affected by that. But 1, 2, 3, it's sunny, which is bad for orcs. 4, 5, it's cloudy, which is no difference. And 6, it's rainy, which is bad for horses and archers and everybody.
Yeah.
which is bad for everybody, particularly archers and horses.
Yep.
Now, I will, and as a result of it being more likely to be sunny, we adjusted the orc price down a little bit for the archers from like 6 to 5. Now, little funny personal comment, and this kind of shows where my mind is at all the time. 1 or 2 nights ago, I was asleep, and I had a dream, right? And the dream was somebody found a hard-to-find commentary by Gary Gygax in which he said if he was going to revise chainmail, he would have revised the weather rules to only be 2 pips for sun and 3 pips for clouds. And therefore, me, Dan, I said, oh, now that we know that, I have to go back and re-revise the weather rules to match what the revision would have been. And like half a day later, I was like, wait a minute, did I dream that? What kind of dream is that? So fortunately, that was fake. I was hallucinating. And I don't have to read.
But that's exactly the kind of thing like that you would dream, right?
Yeah. That's anyway. So there's where my head is in this stuff deep enough that that's what sinks in sometimes.
Cool.
And you know what? That's not. I mean, that kind of thing we've seen from Gary before.
Sure.
Right. We've seen from Gary a lot of like revisions and changes and edits and what I would have done I didn't get a chance to. So that's the kind of thing.
And people like to look at some of these drafts that have come out of different editions.
Yes.
And look and parse those, and that's fun.
Yeah, I was looking at some of those over the weekend actually while I was traveling, as a matter of fact, and you can really go down. But anyway, people looking at the chainmail rules and the couple of editions,
3 revisions there.
Yeah,
right?
that came before that. In some fanzines, and like one little line that was there and then it went away and it came back, or it wasn't there and then it was there, and debate about was it a typo, was it a mistake, was it intentional?
That's awesome,
right? In addition to just being vague language in the first place, so you can debate that for a long time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, so what we want here is something that's fairly elegant and efficient, and we don't have any solos tonight, so a lot of the complications for us are going away, and we're playing standard, basic Book of War, and we'll see how whether it's actually fast-paced tonight.
That's right.
So let's get started. Let's roll for initiative.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to make you set up first.
A rare loss for Gamma.
And as usual, we're going to start with the terrain rolls.
Okay. So that's the D6 again, right?
Correct.
All
You roll
right,
2d6.
I start and finish. 2d6.
Yeah, 2d6 for a turn. Yep, you're going to start and finish after you get forced. So that's a roll of 8, which is woods. Two, 3. We can set that up where you like. Now, with some of our units in the past, right, hobbits and elves can hide in woods, and so can bugbears. If we have flyers, usually the next question is how tall are the woods?
Right.
But none of that's an issue tonight.
Okay. Let's put that there.
Great. Who's that? Okay, so my first terrain roll is also an 8, which is more woods. So two things on my mind are either like make a larger woods block or put it directly in front of you to make it difficult to get out of your starting position. And I think I'm going to go for that latter thing. So
all right.
It's right here. You know what? I'm going to totally block the edge of the table.
Cool.
So 5 is a hill. Here's a hill.
All right.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Okay. So here's my second. 7 is nothing. 7 is open, which is just more felt.
You like that.
I do.
8 is more woods. Wow. All right.
Right. Technically 9, but it's also woods.
Oh. Oh dear.
So more woods.
And we must have contiguous woods. We must have contiguous.
So this is my third and
Yes.
final roll.
Okay.
I got a 9, which is even
More
more
woods.
woods. I'm gonna have to
Wow.
steal some trees. Here's where that goes.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Cool.
Have that.
Yep. Yep. Makes sense. I would have done the same.
Yeah.
So I do the final.
Correct. So 8 is even more woods, for God's sake. Right. You tapped out. you tapped out.
Woods.
You tapped out my woods tiles. So so this is going to be even more woods.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. We'll say this is woods here. Then.
Oh my lord. Grab a tree to.
Yeah. Good
Plug in
idea.
there.
Yeah. Oh, and then we'll have
Yeah.
You care if it's top or bottom or?
Up to you. Totally up to you.
All right. It's good.
Is that regular woods or is that hilly woods? I'm going to give you the option. Is it hills plus woods?
What does hills plus woods do?
The whole movement is half because it's woods, and you also have to pay 2 and 2 to go up the tiers because it's hills.
Yeah, let's do hilly
Yeah,
woods.
okay, all right, hilly woods. It is great.
Come on. Oh, but question: can you shoot mussels off of hilly woods?
No,
Okay.
no,
It's not a great spot for that anyway.
correct. Unless you're, again, as usual, unless you're right at the edge,
Right.
then you can get one rank.
But then you wouldn't be. But then you wouldn't be up high. Oh, well, you'd be a little high.
Yeah,
A little high.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if that matters anyway. Anyway.
I'm probably not going to go up there. But anyway, so there's hilly woods for the first time. It stops the game dead. Okay, so there's the terrain. Now you're going to make the all-important weather roll. So take the blue d6. Let me get the terrain. Let me get the weather table up. And if it's 1 through 3, that really sucks for your orc archers.
Yeah. Yeah. But what are the odds of that?
Cloudy.
All right.
Damn. The gamble pays off.
The gamble pays off.
Okay. Let me document that. Boy, that felt like that was going to be a 3 there.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's cloudy, get a little icon on the top.
Well,
right
I'm
there
going
to
to
remind
Atlantic
us.
City this weekend, so maybe this is a good omen for my.
That's a good start. That's a good start. What do you like?
I'm very low stakes, so I like slots because I can get free drinks.
Okay.
And then when I'm feeling a little bolder, I go to roulette. But that
Okay.
doesn't last long
Okay.
because that's high. That the cheapest table is too high for my taste.
I hear you.
But that's about it. I don't gamble much.
I hear that. Yeah.
We're really going
Good.
for the beach and to hang out with some friends,
Cool.
basically. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess I went to Foxwoods in Massachusetts
Oh, yeah?
just a couple times.
And what are your games?
When in the era when Texas Hold'em poker was super faddish, like I did get into that a little bit, not nearly as much as my friends, and so I only played poker actually.
Cool.
One time won a little bit, one time lost more. And it's funny because actually this weekend we're playing a number of card games, and I picked up the way that they shuffle in the casino. Is they take the deck, they spread it out on the felt.
Yes.
Spread it around and then put it back together. And I was actually getting a little bit of static from my fellow players because they hadn't seen that before. And they were like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, I've fallen into shuffling like they do at a poker table at Foxwoods."
I did play Texas Hold'em once at it was a bachelor's party, and we had our own tournament just for the party.
Right.
And that was fun. It was a lot of fun, but I didn't really know what I was doing.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. And like anything, it's arbitrarily complicated if you get into it.
Yeah. Except it's not like Book of War, which is not arbitrarily complicated to get into.
I have my poker set. I have a fairly nice poker set stored right next to the Book of War stuff in the next closet over.
Oh, fine.
Maybe some night we'll take a break.
Just play Texas.
We'll have heads up. We'll have a heads up tournament.
Nice.
Right.
All right. Boy, as if I'm not getting humiliated enough on this channel.
Anyway, you should set up at your whenever you're ready.
So now, okay. So now we have. I think what I'll do is, let's take these fellows.
I've also picked up the terminology. I really like the phrase, and they what's his name invented this like 20 years ago. When you're out of chips, to say that you've been felted, is you're down to just the felt in front of you.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I think I've said that a couple times on this show actually. Like, if someone's out of figures, they've been felted in Book of War.
Oh. Well, there is felt here, definitely. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just kind of reforming slightly.
Cool. Yeah. Whatever you want to do that.
Yeah. So I think I'll.
So clever setup to get through that channel there.
Mm-hmm. Although I'm now thinking perhaps. Okay, here's what the plan is. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna actually leave these be. Put them back the way they were, and have them here, and then I will go ahead and line up my ogres. So my movement is 9 on everything tonight, except the archers, which are 12. All right. Oh, the sticky is helping me a lot.
Oh, good.
Okay. All right, let's try this.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I'll back it up a bit. It's getting a little bit over. Is that okay? Or?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Are these archers flipped around by 180?
Yeah. So no. I had started to do that, and then I think I only partially undid it.
You can spin the whole tray around, right?
Oh. Yeah, that's another way. It's a little more efficient.
And I point that out largely because this is traditionally the kind of thing that I would overlook. I have really gotten caught embarrassing myself.
Right.
By somehow getting hyper focused
and then lose a whole turn. Yeah. Lose a whole turn reforming or whatever. Yeah, about face. Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right, so I'm set up now.
Fascinating. I love that setup.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating. It kind of looks like these engagements where someone gets caught while they're on the march on a road, right?
Ah, yes.
They haven't formed up. They haven't formed up yet.
True.
So and occasionally I look at historical events like that and think, is there some kind of role or probability we could make to make that possibly happen?
That's a neat idea.
But here we go. Perfect. Already happening. So, okay. So just thinking aloud as I set up. So I clearly have to go through these woods here, and travel through woods is half normal movement, but for horses it's a quarter.
Right.
So my normal movement is the footmen are 12 and 12, and the horses are 24 and 18.
Right.
So going through the woods, my foot will be able to go 6. The horse archers can go 6, and the medium horse can go 4.5.
Right.
So I guess I actually am going to use the wooded hills, I guess. Somewhat to my surprise.
All right.
Okay, I can shoot over units at -1. Or if I'm on a hill, don't have to worry about that. so I have to redo this myself. This is interesting terrain, this is actually interesting that it's like complicated and then totally empty middle, which is kind of unusual for us, actually.
Yes. Yeah.
How the hell do I get my medium horse through then? This. What a different engagement this is.
Yeah, it looks quite different from mine too.
I'm personally really curious how this plays out now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my setup. Hey, Julian, thanks for joining us. So I got my crossbows, horse archers, pikes in front, horse archers, crossbows, medium horse at the back. Could be a mistake? I guess that's it. Let me give you the attack dice and let me play our official starting horn. All right, the game has begun.
All right.
Declare your movement, Dan.
Okay. So I think what I will do is actually pretty straightforward this turn. I think I'm just going to do a full movement for all units.
Great.
Forward.
Great.
Unlike the battle you described, I will not retreat. So that's going to be... there we are. 9 for everything but the archers, which are 12, right?
Got it. Yeah, agreed.
Of course,
Yep,
taking the terrain into consideration.
Hey, Nick Knack. Thanks for joining us. So, and actually, if anybody was waiting tonight, apologies, because we got started a little late, actually, ourselves.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Here.
That was my bad.
And we're all friends here. It doesn't matter. So thanks for sticking it out. I think Dan, some of our viewers were also coming in late, and they're apologizing.
Oh, okay.
So it's just working out. It's just working out
It's
for
all
everybody.
working out.
We're all in sync, apparently. And Dan was saying, with the longer days, it can be confusing about like what time it really is.
I really think that's part of what got me this
Yeah.
time. Is I was like, it's still 4 p.m. So Dan, just so you know, I did 6 inches of movement on clear, and then 3 inches in wood. So that makes 12 total. Right?
Checks out. Yeah.
Okay.
Zoom in and make sure that I'm gonna look very carefully at what you're doing.
Okay. This is 9. This is 9. And this 9. Now here we're about 3.5 inches. So boom. That leaves 5.5, which is like, are we? Is 3 close enough for first turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Let's not dump these here. Cool. And that is my turn.
Okay. Obviously, no attacks.
Nah.
No, it sounds like no attacks, no casting of spells, no magically changing terrain, no flying units, no fireballs. Is that what I'm getting?
No. Yeah. This is back to basics, which I like. I like back to basics.
Yeah, I do too.
like
Actually, I think it's a good palate cleanser. Actually,
I love that we have the options.
yeah.
But whenever I imagine incorporating Book of War into a game, I usually imagine something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And Nick Knack here had a suggestion of like maybe you could put a pond or a building or something in the middle. And of course, we roll on a table and basically place what we get in an attempt to screw the other player over. So we have intentionally, intentionally set up the terrain on each side basically to make it difficult for each person to start, and that's how we roll.
Part of the game.
Personally, I'm actually kind of I actually kind of like having a big open space to see how we play with that, actually, because we usually do have a pond in the middle. Like, usually we get some kind of weird thing like a pond, and one of us does put it in the middle. This is rather unusual, actually.
That's right. And if there's any open space, it tends to be on one side or the other.
Right.
I think. Yeah.
So I actually kind of like the contrast.
Yeah.
So I will just send everybody forward as much as I can.
Cool.
Yeah. If I am miscounting, I don't want anybody to go past
the edge of the wood.
You know, if anybody, I don't want to go more than like one. I don't want to go further than like 2 inches out. That's not going to happen. But anyway, so at most I want to get like here.
I get it.
If I'm miscounting and somebody bursts out to here, I don't want that to happen.
Gotcha.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently I've set up like 1.5 inches away, which is, I'm just going to call it 2 inches.
Yeah.
I'm just going to call it 2 inches. So 2 inches to here, and then I'm left with 10, which is really 5. So I can get up to here. And same for the pikes. So my foot types will be 5 inches in. So about 1 inch away from the edge. That's what it looks like. So 2 inches and then 5 inches. Okay, now here, so the first time ever we have wooded hills because we ran out of actual woods tiles, for what it's worth. So there's 2 inches to here, and then I have to pay 2 inches up, so I paid 4. And then I guess like paying 2 inches, I'm at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Okay, so for my horses, and that should be like here. Okay, so that's 2 inches, leaving me with the horse archers 22, and I can go whatever that is divided by 4. I can go into the woods. So that'd be
5.5.
5.5. Okay, so like half, not quite to the edge. Here. Okay, so nobody's getting through. This is clearly the same thing here.
Yep.
Oops. How'd you get here? All right, now my medium horse, dang it. Might need to be a little stickier. Okay, so my medium horse, that looks like 5 inches. So 5, I'm left with 13, and 13 divided by 4, we'll call it 3.
Yeah,
that's 3
fine,
inches
yeah.
in. So if I wanted to, I could actually be right behind my hikes. It's like a lot of trees in the way. Up there. Okay, and so every single one of my forces is in the woods, and I can't make any attacks. Okay, just double check that there. There's my army boiling through the woods.
Cool. That's a nice.
And that is my turn.
All right. So I'm going to declare movement.
Yeah.
Tricky.
I see that Knick-Knack is after 2 a.m. UK time, which I feel I'm kind of a late owl. Some people know that, so I'm glad we could be on while you could catch us.
All right, try to keep it interesting so he doesn't doze off. Let's see. I think this will be best if I do a full move for everything except perhaps these archers. I think what I might like to do is, this is a little tricky. Okay, if I measure from this outside, I can kind of swing this direction, or is that, if I were to try to do this, what would how would you do that?
Yeah, so the rule is you can do a pivot. So technically, right, and we might not do every bit of this. So technically, like this would cost you 2 inches, right, and then you can march this way, with everybody behind them like this.
Oh.
They'd be pointing that way.
I see.
Unless you have half a move to left face.
Okay.
Does that answer the question? Actually, let me flip back. So Dan was asking about doing something like this, of having these orcs here walk off in that direction to get them in a line.
Yes, basically. So you said it costs 2 inches to basically go like that.
Yeah.
And then whatever to go forward.
Right.
So they're full movement. So then what I would like to do is half a move of that.
Yeah.
What we just described, and then do a side face.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So I'm just gonna. So they would be here after the 2 inches. They would start here after the 2 inches.
Yes,
is that
exactly.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
So then it would be an additional 4.
Right.
Bringing them here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just move the whole tile around where you want it. This is clearly going to work.
Is that this is what I'm envisioning?
Yeah, exactly. Right. And then you pay half to left face.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. Cool.
Because we are playing with more basic units, we have much bigger armies than we've been playing with lately. Was it the last episode that we both had liches? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Right. So last time out of our 500 points, we both paid 200 for one single figure, the lich on a wyvern, last time. So we have much smaller armies.
And I said I'm going to move everything else as far as I can forward. So. This would normally be 12. Well, okay, so this would be half movement to get to the edge of the woods,
so
right?
It costs 6, I would say.
It costs 6.
Yeah.
And then 2 to get to this ledge. So that's 8. 2 more is 10. And then I can get to the top of the hill, right?
Seems like it. Yeah.
So again, that would be 3 inches here.
Yep.
And that's, I guess, 2...
Yeah.
And an inch.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's real close.
Yeah. So here, where should I measure it from?
How far is it from here to here? Is it?
Sorry, I'm moving it as it's
7,
2
8,
inches
9,
exactly. It's 2 inches exactly. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to get here.
Yeah.
Then 1, 2, but you're not.
Yes.
Can I prop them here? Or
I think you're on the back tier.
Okay, so I have to wait. I don't have enough to get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, that's fine. I'll do that. That's fine. No problem. I just put it here.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
If you had 1 more inch of movement, you could get a figure up there. Yeah.
Understood. All right. So this would normally be 9, but I only can get an inch and a half in before I hit woods.
Right.
So that's an inch and a half. So that leaves me half of 7.5, which is 3 3/4. Right?
Call it 4.
All right, 4. So we'll go basically to where those trees are. It's 4. And then these guys, I think, aren't even going to be able to get a full movement. Almost. They can go about 7 inches.
Cool. I think previously some folks might have heard Yali being a little unhappy because I didn't get a chance to play with him tonight. Actually, that's what my cat is complaining about.
So 3 inches to get to the edge of the woods. So that's the equivalent of 6, and then I have 3 more inches left.
Right.
So that'll get me here.
Okay.
And that's my move.
Okay, nice. Okay. So once again, I got to remember, so we're using mostly orc miniatures, but I have to note to self, those are actually gnolls on the far side.
They are, in
there.
fact, gnolls, which is, you don't want to forget that.
Yeah. 2 health, additional +2 morale on top of that for these guys over there. Actual orc archers in the clouds, which is ideal for them. And then I have these really scary, because I had to steal giant miniatures to fill out the enormous number of ogres that Dan picked. So it's really these giant miniatures coming at me are really really kind of scary. Okay, so we're getting close to actually engaging. So what I'm gonna do is, oops. Did I just? Somehow I've lost. Here it is.
Now
I'm
the
losing
woods,
crossbows
the
off the
woods.
side.
Not that I was in a position to, but
Right.
had I figured out a way to do it,
Right.
I couldn't fire at you because you're in woods.
Correct.
Now, even if you were on the edge of the woods, I couldn't fire on you, right?
We are allowed. You can at -1.
At minus
Minus
one.
one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, that's all. I just
Yep.
wanted to-
And if I'm at the edge of the woods, I can fire. I can have one single rank fire out, and you
Okay.
can fire in at -1.
Gotcha.
Is the deal.
Makes sense.
Stop that.
So Isabel's trying to get Yali's attention at the moment. We don't. Nobody actually gets hit around here. Just to be clear, we keep it all on the table. So do I want my crossbows to come all the way out or not? Is the question. Okay. The crossbows are going to take a half move out here, right? The horse archers, and I have to be careful about this a little bit. Crap. Okay, if I could degrade them. These crossbows are going to go as far forward as they can and stop at the edge.
Yeah.
That's definitely what they're going to do. These horse archers will make a half move.
Okay.
I think that makes sense. These horse archers will make a half move out. Yeah. These pikes. These pikes are just going to come out of the woods. That's it. Just come out of the woods.
Okay.
So half move, half move, half move, full move, just out of the woods. And the medium horse are going to come directly behind these guys. And these guys will... They're gonna follow. Yeah, they're gonna follow the horse archers as closely as they can. That's my move. Okay, great. Okay, so I said half move here. So this costs 2, and I have another 4 inches. There's my half move, totaling 6.
Okay.
Said half move here. So this costs 1.
Okay.
Actually, this costs 2.
Okay.
So I have 22 left. It costs 2, so I can go forward 10, and it's a half move.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm trotting with the horse archers way out here. These guys can clearly come out to here. They could go. It could be a half move to here, so I can clearly do this.
Sure.
And again, this costs 2 inches, so these guys can go 10, just like the other batch. Okay, now these guys, it's pretty clear these guys can just follow to here.
Oh, sure.
But what do these guys do? That's 3 inches, which cost me 12. And I have another 6 inches I could go. So they're here. Ugh, so many figures. So I'm at the 6 on this ruler. So that's a total of 18. Right, 12 plus 6, 18.
Okay.
And then these guys, so I've paid to get up to the hill.
Yeah.
Right, I don't have to pay
You
for
don't
that
have
anymore.
to pay to get up.
I just have
the
to pay,
woods.
right, the double for the woods. So I can go 6 inches instead of their normal 12. Okay, so 6 inches gets me to here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna, I feel like,
Fine.
okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Am I at the am I at the edge of these woods, or how many are at the edge of the woods? Do you feel?
I mean, at least 2 of them are.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, if we're gonna, yeah, I guess it's just there is that little
Yeah.
thing there happening.
So you can shoot in
Yeah.
at -1.
Okay.
And
add 2 of them.
on my next turn, I could at least shoot with. Will you give me 3?
Yeah, because the one on the other end too. Yeah, 3. Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. 3.
There you go. You're talking about this guy
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
There you go. Great. Okay. So I got 3 guys. So if I don't move at all, I can still full shoot with 3, and I'm at the edge of the woods there.
Yep.
Okay. Great. So I think I have attacks coming up.
Okay.
Because these crossbows and these guys only moved half.
Yes, that's right.
So pretty sure I want to degrade your archers. So I'll shoot your archers here
Okay.
and here.
Okay.
And here if I'm in range. I got the angle.
And so, what is that? You would be at -1 for shooting over a unit.
Correct. I
Okay.
agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with
okay.
that. Okay, so the horse archers, or they have composite bows, which again can't be used in the rain, which would have sucked. Their range is 18. So, oh man, it's right at the halfway point. So 9 inches would be short range.
I mean, the bows are in 9 inches. The bows in the front are within the 9 inches.
Yeah. I'm gonna make that half and half. How do you feel about that?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that? Oh, jeez, I don't know. Ugh. Viewers, if you can see this,
I mean,
if you have an
so
opinion
let
about-
me ask a question. Is
Yeah.
it from base? Is it from the edge of the base to the edge of the base?
It is. Yeah, it's supposed to be edge of the base to edge of the base.
So that's a little
Yeah.
more questionable. I mean, I'm not saying that
Yeah.
none of them are in range, but it does seem to be a higher bar. Edge of the base to edge of the base. I'm not sure. It's a little harder to tell. It looks like some of them may be.
I think that's just barely. Boy,
Okay.
it's so close.
You know what? If it's that close, I think we can say it's good enough.
I'm gonna make it half and half. Is what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So these guys here are clearly long range.
Okay.
All right, they're clearly within 18.
Mm-hmm.
And then the crossbows, which are also 18, regular crossbows also 18. I might just be out of range. Okay, how about this? These guys are in short range if these guys are totally out of range.
Okay, fine.
Because they're kind of
Because there's a
borderline.
little bit of a yeah.
Okay, so short range, long range, out of range.
Good.
That's the deal here. Since I moved, I only get 1 die per figure. So these guys at short range, I get 5 dice, and I need 4s. That's 2 hits.
Okay.
Now, these guys here at long range, I need 5s. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Just
Okay.
keeping up.
Now, there's 1 hit there.
Okay.
And then these guys here that are out of range, I need 7s. Okay, there's no hits there.
You got me there. You got me.
Okay. So, okay, actually, when do I do the, I'm just looking up a corner case rule here. Can do this, I can do this. At the very end of the turn, All right, so just to be clear, the way I'm reading this in the book, you need your morale checks here.
Yes.
And after that, I can move my horse archers again if I want.
Oh, good. Okay.
Because the book says at the very end of the turn, I make my other move.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right, so the ratio is 7-3, so that's a 2-point bonus.
Yep.
I get 1 point for the hit die, and that's it, right? Oh,
And
I have to
then down
subtract
1 because
one.
they're chaotic. Yeah.
Okay. So then it's just the 2 points. So I need a 7.
Yeah.
And I just barely got the 7.
7 on the nose. And if Dan had missed that whole unit would be gone immediately.
And that would have been an ouch.
It's a big difference between 6 and 7.
For sure.
All right, so at my option, I can move my horse archers again. Okay, now if I left face, I'd just be done at that point, so that's not good. So I'm going to take these guys and move them here.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to take these guys and... See, this is tricky because, again, it's better for these guys to shoot left. So these guys have the whole board in front of them. If I push these guys over there, I don't have great shot angle. I'm going to try to do an S curve here. I have 12 inches of movement, so I'm going to try to do an S curve and get them like here.
Okay.
So I have 6 inches, right? So it's not. I'm sorry, I have 12 inches. So I can go angle this way by 6. All right, and then I'll angle the other way by 6. Kind of closer up than I want to be, but that's the best I could do with that movement.
Okay.
And that's my turn. All right, let me give you all the attack dice.
Okay. So all right, so I think what I'm going to do is move these fellows up to the top of the hill.
Right.
Hopefully that's only a half move. We shall see.
I'm sure
Okay.
it is, yeah.
These fellows, I think I will actually side face and move.
Yep, got it.
And then I think I might just stand my ground over here.
Oh, I forgot to move these horse archers.
Yeah, you never moved
right.
them. Yeah, you
Okay,
should
sorry.
do that.
I was so focused on the
Yeah.
complication over there.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's like 6 inches, so I can do that.
All right. So, yeah, I think everything else is going to just stand still.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do that.
Great.
Side face.
Let me just be clear. So these guys are moving. Nobody else is moving at all?
I'm not going to move any of these
Okay.
guys.
Fascinating.
Yeah. All right. So I've side face. That's half my move, and then I only have 4.5 regular inches left,
Yeah.
which is only 2 1/4 in the woods.
Right.
So I think that's like just enough to get sort of to the edge of the woods.
I'll buy it.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm swinging a little bit in case you didn't
Yeah,
notice.
good.
Yeah. Like that.
Great.
All right, and then I need to use 2 to get up here. I'm right at the edge of that.
Yeah.
So
So you have another 2.5 inches you can go.
okay. So 2.5 inches, I believe, would get me here. Does that look about right?
You know, I take it back. You could move 4 inches
Oh,
because your move's 12. So half
Okay.
move would be you can go up 2 and over 4 if you want.
so 4 is like the whole,
Yep.
pretty
Yep.
much the whole thing.
Yep,
So.
yep.
All right, so
Clever.
all right,
Could you spin that giant around just so
Yeah,
I,
of course.
because I'm reading him for the facing
yeah.
mostly.
I guess this is the face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep, of course. Okay, attacks. I would like to do a full or the half volley
Yeah.
on that.
Yep.
Full volley on them,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's all I can.
Got it. Okay. You know what? Your move makes sense to me now. I was like, huh? What? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Got it.
All right. So I am almost definitely in short range
Yeah.
on this one.
7.5 inches is short range. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna be. Okay. I'm gonna.
So 7.5 base to base.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. I think I just got it. I mean, 7.5.
I feel like these guys are.
Oh, you mean in the back?
Yeah. Sometimes
the
we.
back
Yeah.
rank. I see. Okay, yes. I'm only looking at the front.
Yeah.
So they're long range back. You want to say long range back?
You know what? Close enough. Yeah. There's two figures are not quite in short range, but close enough. So I'll give you short range for all of them.
All right.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying now.
Yep.
Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dice.
It's going to be correct.
10,
Yep.
two times, right?
For these guys, just once.
Oh, because I have to.
Yeah.
All right. So you are 4,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and so
2
yeah.
health.
Alright.
Oh no.
Well, let's see. 1, 2,
That's 6
3,
hits?
4, 5, 6 hits.
Okay, which just wipes out 3 figures worth.
Okay.
Take the tray off.
Okay. Now these, I get 14.
Yes.
But let's figure out what the range is here.
I feel like that's even more. Okay.
No, it looks like well, to that one it's long range.
Measure to the closest guy.
Oh, to the closest.
Make
I think
it
that's-
as good for you as possible.
So that's front rank. It looks like mostly short range. But maybe the back rank not.
Yeah. How about you roll short range for the front rank and long range for the back rank?
Okay,
please?
that
Yeah.
sounds fair to me. So then that's 10 dice
Yeah. That's short.
at short, and it's once again I need 4s, right?
Agreed.
1, 2,
3 hits. Right.
3. Okay, 3 hits.
Out.
Now 4 dice need 5s.
Correct.
Right? 1 hit.
1 hit. Okay, so that takes out another figure. Is what that does.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right, so morale check here. 3 divided by 2 is 1,
Yes.
plus 2 for the health, so the dice need to be 6.
Yeah. No
That's good.
problem.
And over here, 2 divided by 3 is 0, plus 2 for their health, I need 7.
Oh,
Also
look at
good.
you with
Also
the double 5s twice in a row.
All right. My turn.
Yep.
I'm not even sure if these guys are in range. So I have to make kind of a gamble here about whether my crossbows here are in range with your orcs up there. Interesting. I'll confess, I had a plan to take my horse archers here and push them up on the right on the top side of the table, and then get behind you and do a bunch of stuff. But you're pushing your ogres right into that spot. So that's obviously, and also killed most of them. And secondarily, killed most of them. So that's not happening. Okay. All right. It could be wrong, right? I'm making some guesses here. I want these horse archers to pivot and run over here for a half move.
Okay.
Right, to get 12 inches as far as they can go over here.
Cool.
These crossbows are going to take a half move forward.
Okay.
These medium horse are going to try to charge your archers.
All right.
Again, if they're 18 inches away, I'll be in range. If not, that'll be bad. These guys will stay motionless. I'm going to move these guys like over here to make sure they're not in the way of the crossbows is what I'm going to do. So I'll take like less than a half move there.
Yeah.
And I think this is the hard choice. I'm going to go forward full with these guys.
All right.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Push the pikes forward as much as I can. Getting overexcited. And the medium horse will just follow as close as they can.
All right.
That's the call.
Fun.
I think if in doubt, be aggressive is.
That's
I think is strategy number 1 in Book of War. I think. So I'm going to go here. It's clearly at most a half move. I have straight line of fire up there. So these guys here, I said I was going to do a half move. So this is 3 inches.
Okay.
And I can go another 9. Brings me to there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I'm making trouble for myself, aren't I? All right, so these guys here, I said I was going to push them forward half, right?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
what you said, yes.
Okay, so I got to pay for this, which is like 2 inches.
Oh, because it's woods, I forgot.
Yeah, it's woods. And then I have another 4 I can go. So I'm here. Okay, so I just blocked what I thought my move was going to be here. I said I was going to, so a full move would be 12. Okay, so I'm going to move these guys here. Is that compatible with what I said?
Yeah, that's the same idea, yeah.
12 here. Okay, so I'm going to pick one of these ways here. Okay, so clearly I got 18. They're faster than those guys. So I'm gonna follow these guys. This I think I fucked myself. I'm gonna finish that move later if that's okay. So the question is this to this 18 inches?
Okay.
Right. I want this to be 18 inches. That's the thing. So here's 18 inches. Oh, definitely, yes.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So. And presumably these guys came first, right? These guys were out in front, so they can come first. Then the pikes are following after them.
Sure.
And these pikes are doing this, if that's okay. All right. Whew, jeez. So attacks. I'm shooting here. I'm shooting here. I'm shooting here. I'm meleeing. That's what I got.
Gotcha.
All right. Let me do this first. So that is long range.
Okay.
I moved half, so I get 5 dice.
Okay.
2, 3.
And those
5.
gnolls have
They're almost 5, right?
5. Yeah.
So I need 6s.
Yeah.
There's no 6s there. Clearly I can shoot here. This is obviously short range.
Yeah.
I get 2 dice, and I need 4s. There's 1 hit. I'm not sure whether I'm in range or not. 18 inches. Okay, so I am in range.
Mm-hmm.
Now comes the time on sprockets when we argue with this. So I'm shooting over pikes, but you're up on a hill. Do I take the minus 1 penalty?
So listen, I'm
done this
with you.
before.
Yeah. So if you're asking for my common sense, that's one thing. But we I think in the past have resolved this with the rules. Yeah.
Okay. If any units between the archers and their target, then it's -1 to hit. Archers positioned on higher elevation avoid these limitations, which obviously is regarding the shooter.
Yeah.
So I got to take the -1.
Yeah.
Okay. Done. So
Long
I need,
range. So it's going to be 6s to hit, right? Long range plus.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yep. Your armor's 4. -1 for long range. -1 for shooting over my own guys.
And did you move that time?
I don't think I did move.
Okay.
I've been standing here.
Yep.
Like
That's
this.
right. You moved those, but not this.
Yeah.
So this
4, 6. So I get 10 dice.
10.
I get all my attacks with crossbows.
Yes, right.
And I do need 6s.
I see at
There
least.
are 2 hits.
Okay.
And now my cavalry charge. So I got 5 figures. I'm in the open. I get 2 dice per figure. So I get 2 dice against those archers in the middle, and I do need 4s.
Two.
Looks like 3
3.
hits.
Okay.
That could have gone better. That's a lot of 1s.
Yeah.
A lot of 1s there. So those are all my attacks.
Well, that's music to my ears.
Make some morale checks.
Yeah. So over here, it's a ratio of 7 to 3 again, right?
Yeah.
So that's 2, and then that's all I get when you subtract out the die from the chaos. So I need to roll a 7.
Yeah.
And I did not. Okay.
So Dan's archers on the top of the hill break. Orcs are not super courageous.
They're cheap. You know,
They're
what do
cheap.
you want? Okay. So
You get what you pay for.
you get what you pay for.
Said the chaotic warlord.
Yeah. Now this is just going to be a ratio of 1 over here. So I need an 8.
Yeah. Also broken.
All right. Thanks for nothing, orcs. At least I got 1 volley out of each of them.
You did.
Could have been worse.
All right. So cavalry charge actually worked.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Let me give you the dice here, and it's your turn. Do I want to move my?
Oh yeah, your horses again.
Interesting. I want to Fascinating. Usually horse archers don't live to this point. So now I'm like, what do I do now? Okay, I made trouble for myself. This guy's pointing in the wrong direction. I made trouble for myself. Okay, so these guys are going to face back here.
Okay.
And these guys I have space. I think I have space. I can pivot around with these guys, which is better.
So I feel like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see. It's just the horses moving.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Just the horse archers specifically.
Gotcha.
So these guys will about face, and then and I only have half move. So I'll move these guys around, and I'll have about 8 inches, I think, and bring them back here.
I understand.
Yeah. So this costs 2.
Uh-huh.
This costs 4.
Yep.
And as stated, I have 8 left. So there's 6 and another 2. And these guys, I'm just facing back this way. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
With the special horse archers only, as Gygax called it, split move and fire. Move, fire, move.
Right.
Now it's your turn.
If 2 forces meet at the very edge of a terrain, what are they on the train or not?
Yeah, the fight takes place on the bad terrain.
Okay.
Yep.
So I think I'll bring my ogres onto the first plateau,
Mm-hmm.
or the first plateau there.
Got it. Yep. Got it.
And kind of go forward.
Got it.
I think.
And I'll just point out, if my pikes have to fight him there, I lose half my attacks.
Yeah. I think what I would like to do is if I can do this, it would be great. Well, how does this work? I want to basically swing this around so it's parallel, but they'll be facing that way. Do I need to do a side face as well in order to fight you?
Yes.
Okay. So if that's a half move, it'll work. So that's, I guess, what I'll do is try to do a half move to engage with you and then side face. I want to maximize the number of...
Right.
Oh, but some of them can fall... If I do a half move straight into you, then I can do what?
I think that's the case where you can bring 1 around on each side.
Okay.
Is the wrapping movement.
That's almost as good.
And after initial combat, a unit with multiple ranks may pay half a move to expand one figure on each side.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you just charge straight forward, you could bring 1 around. You have 4 in contact.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. I'm going to charge straight forward. This I'm going to try to come and flank a little bit.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. And these guys will try to kind of come along the side.
Yeah.
These giants will kind of try to come along the sides when these guys go that way.
Got it.
And that's everything.
Okay.
That's all I have left.
Got
Okay.
it.
So let's measure this. So they're on the edge of the woods.
Yeah.
And I want to move them like this. So when it hits the hill, that's going to be -2.
Correct.
Right? So that would get them like here.
Yeah.
All right. Put my finger there. Heavy.
There's a lot of lead. Yeah, there's a lot of lead in that unit of ogres.
All right.
Don't drop it because you'll break a toe.
And then, okay, so these, I mean, there's no question of movement. I think what I'm making them go like here,
Yep.
and then 1 here.
Bring them from the back, and you have
right.
room in the
That
back
makes
if you need
sense.
to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And presumably they're all filing forward is what's happening.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Then if I can squeeze through here, I think I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. 9,
Yep,
right?
yep,
9
yep,
inches.
yep.
So that brings me like just shy of this red platform.
let's say you get one figure in contact. I mean,
I actually don't want to get...
oh, okay, then don't. Yeah, all right, then
Yeah,
stay
I don't
an inch
want
away.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to have this other one come around.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to come basically like
Yeah.
here
Yep.
or something.
Yep.
That's good enough.
Fascinating.
Okay. And then this is the one where I want to really like think this through scientifically. Okay. So if I were to just go like this, that would be 8 inches. All right.
Okay. Yep.
So that would be 8 inches. So that means I have 1 extra inch to play with. So can I move forward 1 inch and then do this?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to move forward 1 inch. Okay.
Yep.
And then that leaves me 8 inches.
Yep.
So I think I can like swing around. So that corner is here.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. And then that was my full move.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
that would be like 2 in contact, you say?
I think this guy can fold in, and I'll let you get one
Okay.
figure with back attacks
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Sounds great. So
Actually, I think this guy counts as being in contact.
Okay.
So I think you get 1, 2, 3 plus 1 on the back.
okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So now I just have melee.
Yeah.
So I have. These are all the same kind of units, so I can just count them all except the back attack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I need 5.
Yeah.
Right, 4 here, 3 here.
Agreed.
Then need 5s.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. So this is 7 dice. Two
Only
hits.
2, so that is 1 horse
Okay.
down.
And then just the one single with a back attack that needs a 4.
Agreed. Damn it.
All right.
1 injury.
All right. And that's it. That's it. That's my turn.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Whoops, sorry.
Camera there. There's another camera in the house that might be getting used next time.
Oh,
I'll just say
yeah?
it. So we're still using this
Cool.
close-up camera here. Might be different next time. We'll see.
Nice. Is
So
that the one you mounted in a figure? No.
it's one that we used in our the Big Bad tournament show, especially to get nice close-ups of miniatures.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like a macro thing.
Let's see if I can set that up next time.
Okay.
Okay, so I need to make a morale check there. The ratio is 5 plus 2 more for their health is 7. That's actually automatic.
Okay.
So even if I roll 2 plus the 7,
Yep.
I get the magic number of 9.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm pretty committed with those horses. Yeah, okay. These pikes are going to right face,
Okay.
move here.
Yeah.
The numbers don't add up. The numbers don't add up what I wanted. Because what I was about to say is right face and move and then left face, and that's,
That's like 110%. Giving
yeah,
it all.
precisely. I think I was on Amazon, right? I was shopping for stuff at Amazon yesterday, and there was a vendor that said, our goal is to provide 103% customer satisfaction. I'm like, where did you get 103% specifically? Like, was there somebody saying 101%, and then there's now there's a competitive, I got 102 and I got 103. Is that where we currently are? 103%.
Interesting.
Damn. I wish I wasn't as close to the hills as I am.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I about face and then pivot around this way.
Oh, clever.
Like that, face this way and then pivot around as much as I can. That's the deal. The horse archers are all pointing in the wrong direction. These horses will left face and then charge your gnolls.
Okay.
I'm hoping they're within 9 inches.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's, and the horse archers are going to start aiming for this gap here,
Cool.
and that's my move.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the crossbows are staying still. Is that right?
Correct,
Yeah.
which might be bad on my part, but. Okay,
I'd be bad on my part.
horse archers are 12, 13, 14. And I get 10 more. Yeah, that's okay. These horse archers here are, there's 6, 7, 8, 12. I'll just push them here.
Okay.
Get the tray out too. So these are 2 separate units of horse archers.
Okay, gotcha.
Pointing in the wrong direction. This damage die is here. Okay, so these guys left face, and I would like from here to here be 9 inches or less.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you're
about
fine.
8.
Yeah.
Okay, so I charge here. I can't do any wrapping because I've used all my movement.
Okay.
Just do that. And then these guys here, I'm going to flip the whole tray around.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay, there's half.
Mm-hmm.
And then I start pivoting back this way.
Okay.
So this costs 5,
Okay.
and I have 1 more inch out of the 12-inch movement. There. All right, there's all my movement. I'm going to try to shoot these guys. I'm going to melee here and here. That's all I got.
Okay.
That's all I got. And I would love to crossbow these guys, but you're too close.
Right.
You're too close. I would hit my own guys if I was
Yeah.
trying to do that. So that's it. Okay. I'm hoping this 18 inches to your ogres. This is 18 inches right here. I'm actually in range.
Cool.
Somewhat to my surprise, they're all in range.
Nice.
So I get 10 dice, and I need 6s.
Let's see. A 6.
There's 1 6.
And I have lost. Do you want me to hop up and get it? I think I might be able to get it more easily than you.
Yeah, actually, if you could do
Yeah.
that, I appreciate it. I'm going to re-roll this when this gets back here.
Okay.
Not just because it's a 3 on the floor. We would do that. We would re-roll it anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so I got 1 hit.
And the ogres have.
Health 4.
Okay.
And then in melee here, so these guys are attacking these gnolls here. I got 5 figures, which is 10 dice. And I need 5s.
Okay.
There are no hits there.
Wow.
There are no hits. That's a cruddy roll.
That's the.
I got everything else. I got 1s and 2s and 3s and 4s, but no 5s. That hurt. And then these 2 figures charging these gnolls. That's going to be 4 dice worth. Now there's 3 5s.
Now you got all your 5s.
Yeah.
You made up for it.
What's up with that?
Alright, so
Now that's only 1 figure down plus 1 point of damage. Because you're 2 health.
yeah.
Just 1 figure down.
Oh. Yeah. Good point. And then I'll put the
and
1
that,
over
yeah.
there by it.
See, it's so easy to forget. It's so
Yeah.
easy to forget that that foot type has 2 health for the gnolls.
Right, the gnolls. Right.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
That's all my attacks.
So I just got to do 1 morale check. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right, so that's 9. No, I don't think I do. 9 to 1 plus 2 hit dice plus 2 morale.
So you're adding 12 when you're all done? Yeah, that's...
Well, 9. It would be 11, right? 9. No, 12. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
It would
right,
be 12.
right.
Yeah.
That's the most I've ever seen. That's the most I've ever seen added to a morale check. So that's obviously fine.
That's another nice thing about gnolls. Right?
Yeah. Super ferocious.
All right. Cool.
And it's your turn.
Excellent. Okay. Movement wise, I would like to, if possible, slip through here and hit your pikes.
Right.
It's going to be a little tight. We can argue it over whatever
I think I'm going to charge you 2 inches to get up over the hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. So just again, I've so rarely seen the pike trick in action.
Yes.
Is it only when you close that you get your...
No, it's specifically the opposite. It's specifically when you close on my front.
So if you close on me, you don't get the extra.
Correct.
Oh, well, I don't like that at all.
Yes, agreed. I mean, it's fine. I mean, you can do it. Just come over these hills, hit my pikes here.
No, you know what I'm going to do?
Just reminding both of us, I do, when that happens, at the moment when you move in contact, I would get a free interrupting attack.
Change of plans.
Each of my figures gets 2 attacks and they do 2 damage per attack.
Change plan. Since I have to go up on this hill anyway, I'm going to go after these guys.
Oh.
All right.
But Dan, if you come at me from the side, I just show this. If you come at me from the side over here, I don't get my interrupt attack. So I wouldn't recommend that.
Oh, right. So I didn't consider that, Dan. Yeah, so that's the plan. That's the plan.
Okay.
And that's the only movement. Oh, this movement, meanwhile, I think I'm going to just try to bypass you and go for your...
Okay.
It's a lot of ground to cover, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. You get 9-inch
Son of a-
movement with the ogres.
You know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to go up over the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is weird. This is all very weird. I'm trying to avoid your pikes. That's what you wanted, though. You're getting...
Yes.
you're getting advantage from that.
There
Even
you
though
go.
we're not engaging, I'm having to, contort myself.
There you go.
All right.
Now I'll just as Dan debates this, I'll just point out your ogres are 4 health each.
Yeah.
When you run into the front of my pikes, each figure could do up to 4 damage.
Yeah.
So it's
It's a
kind of
big deal.
equitable,
Well,
right? I have to hit you.
All right. I understand. Okay.
So it sounds like these ogres are going to try to crisscross. Is that what's happening? These
I
guys are
think
going to try to
so. I
hit
think-
here, and these guys are going to go over the
I
hill.
think because we're both basically trying to flank, you
Okay.
know. So
Pull back here.
all right. There's 9 total.
Yeah.
So if I can squeeze through, I think I can. There's a fair amount of room there.
Okay.
It would get my front to here.
Right.
If I can lift this thing.
Takes that away.
Oops, I don't want to touch you.
Okay, so pretty close there.
And this is this
That's
is
also a damage die,
yeah.
right?
So let's. I don't think it'll. Famous last words. I was like, I don't think it'll fall, and then it fell. All right, sorry.
Feel free to remove the tray and.
You know what? I think I will. I think I will just use the damage die, but I won't forget that
Yeah.
it's there.
I think this one's free. This one
Okay.
is not a damage
Oh, okay.
die.
Okay. All right. So then, let's just get that under there. this side. Okay. And then, sorry, apologies.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So that's where they are.
Okay.
And then these fellows, 7 inches once you remove the.
Right. Pop this up
Yeah, good idea.
here.
So that would put their front about
Right.
here.
Really having trouble with how incredibly heavy the ogres are. They're a very metal type.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay.
This isn't the craziest, like, ogres running around the hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't go at pointy things.
Yeah.
Don't go at long pointy
Oh,
things.
Pointy bad.
We learn it bad.
All right, cool. So melee time, right?
Yeah.
I want to, I guess, continue to wrap around.
Right. So that's part of movement.
Oh,
We
sorry.
should- yeah.
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 So I can go 3 per side. Is it?
Yes, exactly.
So that really only applies to one side here.
Agreed.
Okay. 1,
Yep.
2. Can this be a rear one?
Yeah.
3. Over here, 3 from this guy. I'm gonna put this damage dice up here. Oops.
I don't think you can because I've got these guys meleeing here.
Oh, yeah,
right.
yeah.
So
Okay.
that would violate the sideways scraping rule. You'd have to be scraping past the fight right here.
You're
So
right.
that I'm going to say no
You're
to.
correct. Okay, so that's fine.
And you could reorganize these guys to be closer if
Okay.
helpful. All right. So it looks like
So now I'm gonna
you've
have
got-
2 rear attacks.
Yeah.
Should we do those first?
Yeah.
They need 4s.
Agreed. Fuck.
Okay.
Okay, so pull this guy out.
All right. And now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
All right. So all but one of the red.
Agreed. And here you need 5s. Oh man,
It's not that good.
3 hits, right?
3 hits.
Okay, so with this damage die, there's 2 go down.
Okay. Okay, and then that's it. I don't think I have any other melee opportunities.
You know what you could have done is you
Oh.
could have brought guys around to attack these guys,
Oh.
right? So
Yeah.
I'll let you do that now if you want.
Okay.
You could bring 3 around to
Okay,
hit these
thanks.
guys.
All right. Thank you. So
Yeah. So that means you're going to have 4 figures.
Okay.
4 figures here, and you need 5s.
Gotcha.
Jeez, man.
2 hits.
All right, so morale check here. Ratio is 6, 7, 8. This is free for me.
Yeah.
This one here, the ratio is 0. I get 2 for their health. So if the dice come up 7, I still keep that. And I fail it.
Okay.
So you've totally crushed this unit of medium horse.
All right.
Hmm.
So these are my damage die. Right?
Grab this tray here. That unit is kaput.
Okay.
All right. Well, I got 1 good charge in.
Yeah.
That's it for you. That's it. That was my morale.
That's all the
phase,
morale
So now it's my
stuff.
turn. This is going to get really ugly. Okay, the crossbows stay here with the intention of shooting the back end of this long unit.
Okay.
Right. These pikes are going to left face and push in this way,
Okay.
and I'm only going to get. See, the other alternative would be to pivot, but then I couldn't safely shoot into that melee. but I would get all the front of my pikes, which would be a lot better. Jeez. What a crazy melee this is turning into.
My favorite is the 100 orcs running in different directions around a hill.
Right. It's like, I mean, I'm funneling them with the pikes, but I'm not capitalizing on the funneling so well.
Not orcs, ogres. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Which is a lot scarier.
It's even scarier.
All right. Okay. These pikes are going to pivot and attack these guys.
Okay.
And they're coming off the hills, so most of them are going to get their double attacks. Actually, that was the other problem, right? Because these
Wait a
guys are
minute.
still up.
I thought the double attacks was only if I closed on you.
It's
any
if you look at
frontal
the,
attack. It's any frontal attack.
So if you look at the stats there, right?
Yeah.
By default, pikes get 2 attacks per figure.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So you don't get the extra attack; you just get your double.
Right.
normal
In addition,
doubles.
if you hit me from the front, then those turn to double damage.
I misunderstand it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'll just do this. Okay, so I'm gonna pivot these guys and get them in contact. Nothing's ideal. I'm gonna half move these crossbows, aiming for these guys here. Is what I'm gonna do. These guys are in melee, and I'm gonna wrap as much as I can because I can bring 3 on each side, so they'll all be in contact.
Okay.
I'm gonna push these pikes against these gnolls. I'm gonna run these horse archers around here, and they're totally aiming in the wrong direction. I'm gonna run these horse archers all the way down here.
Oh wow!
Right?
Both units.
Yeah. And I'm gonna right face these crossbows and march this way.
Okay.
Take the center of the board. Okay, here we go. That's my move. So clearly this can happen.
Yes.
I said I was gonna move half with these guys, which is 6 inches. I said I was gonna push forward with these guys. So this is clearly half a move.
Yeah.
And I can fold in like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's good enough for me. Okay, leaving these ogres cross on the ridge up above them. So moving the horse archers, they can go 24. It's like a whole lot of movement. There's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know, I actually made a mistake on that move call, but 20, 22, 23, 24.
Okay.
I could have done something much better. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And they can clearly get to here. And I said I was going to turn these guys this way, which costs half, and then I can move the other 6 inches. Like so. And then pulling 3 figures on each side is going to get all these guys in contact. Here, and here, and here. Does that make sense?
A lot going on.
So I'm meleeing. These guys are actually pointed this way.
Yeah.
I'll fix some of them later. And I'm going to shoot these ogres here.
All right.
Do you agree that there's no -1 here, right? From here to here?
Shooting over a unit or whatever.
I'm not shooting over.
You
units.
have direct line of sight
Yeah.
for at least part of this.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's all you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So am I within 9? That would be short range. Oh, for Pete's sake.
Yeah.
Okay, just the front rank.
Yeah,
right?
the
The front
front
rank,
rank,
yes.
yes.
The back rank, no.
Yes.
Let's do that right now.
Yeah.
So I get, I moved half
So you get 5.
total.
So how do you split up front and back rank when you have crossbows? I mean, well, let's say it's 3 and 2. I'm okay with that.
Okay, 3
Yeah,
short.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Okay, so here's 3
Yeah.
dice. At short range, I need 5s.
Okay.
There's 1 hit.
All right. Thanks.
And here's 2 at long range. I need 6s.
Hey, another hit.
Another hit. Okay, so 2 hits out of 4. Here, okay. I think 4 of these figures, right, are clearly fighting guys that are on the ground. This figure is fighting a guy on the hill.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think that's a total of 9 dice.
Okay.
Make sense?
2 times
2,
4
2,
plus
2, and
1.
1.
Yeah, 2 times 4 plus 1. Yeah.
Okay. So pikes in the open, they get 2 attacks per figure. So I'm going to get 9 dice, and I need 5s.
Yes, I agree with all that. I'm
Yeah.
just curious, if you were to lose some of your back ranks, would
Right.
that change?
It would not.
Oh.
It would not.
Oh, because that's right, because each figure represents 10 men.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
There.
Exactly. So our assumption, Book of War, is that each figure itself, if you zoom in, has 2 ranks.
Yes.
And that's why, to make things simple, we say the pikes just get two attacks per figure.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And also, that's anyway. Enough of that.
Enough of
of
that.
that. Right. There's other ways you could have done it, but that's how we're doing it to make it simple. So here's 9 dice, and then my target is 5. That's not bad. That's
Ooh,
4
pretty good.
hits.
Yeah, 4 hits.
Which is to say,
So that brings
1
down
figure.
1.
Yeah.
So it just brings 1 down, and I leave the damage die there.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, all right. I'll leave it here for
Yep,
a
yep.
while. Yeah.
Here I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pikes
Yeah.
against these gnolls, so that's going to be 10 dice. I need 5s. There's only 1 hit there.
Okay. You could arguably get 1 back attack, right? Those are back attacks.
Oh, thank you. I should have picked that before.
I think they're all back attacks. So just, are there any 4s?
You know what? You're right.
Yeah. Are there any 4s? There's a 4 too. So there's 3
4s.
hits.
Yeah,
There's
really?
3 hits.
Okay, all right.
They're all back attacks.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm coming at you from the
Yeah.
rear of that arc.
So 3 hits is 1 figure and a damage die, right?
Take it from back here.
Yeah. And so where's the damage?
The right on the shelf to your right, there's there's boxes of D6s. Yeah, back there. So when necessary, we have a lot more D6s. Okay, and now here I have 5 actually I have 6 horses. 1, 2, 5, 6. So that's actually 12 dice. 4, 6, 8. And I need 5s. Are those back attacks? Basically not.
I think maybe not.
We're just to say not for sure. So there's 12 dice and I need 5.
Yeah.
Oh, that's better. That's actually very good.
Yeah.
There's 6 hits
above
there.
average there. All right, so
3 figures go down.
Wait, 6 hits?
Yeah, 6 hits.
Oh wow, okay. So
I got
then,
3 5s and 3 6s
yeah,
over
okay,
here.
so I'll take 3 of these guys and put them here, and I keep my 1 damage die, right?
And I got 2 more dice.
Yeah.
This is all good. And I got 2 more dice that I need 5s with. And there's 1 more hit.
So I can get rid of this damage
Yep.
die.
Okay, those are all my attacks.
All right. So,
So we're going to see how your morale bonus stacks up here
yeah.
when it
Well,
counts.
the ogres, I have a ratio of 4 to 1
Yeah.
plus 4. So I think
Yeah.
that's 8. I do still need to roll. No, I'm good.
I agree.
Okay, put this one away.
Yep.
This is a ratio of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's 9 to 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I only knock down one? I knocked down one?
You only, out of this unit,
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 to 1.
Yeah, that's easily.
So that's
easily
fine.
automatic. But
Now,
this.
this is a little more serious business over here. So that's 4 to 4?
5 to 4, but same
Okay,
thing.
same difference. So that's 1
Mhm.
plus 2 is
Yeah.
3 plus 2 is 5 minus 1 is 4.
Correct.
So I need a 5.
Yes. Dice need to be 5 or more. 7, they're good. Most units would break.
I know.
Most units would break from
For
killing
sure.
half of them with horse attacks.
Absolutely.
So you lost no units that turn.
Yeah.
And it's your turn.
Okay.
Well, this is quite the pitched battle.
Well, I would like to get all my ogres engaged here.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the bases have to fit.
Yep.
And then this. Okay. So declaring movement. Sorry.
Yeah.
I want to try to flank you,
Okay.
if possible.
Yeah.
And then here I just want to wrap around, I guess. We already are engaged.
Agreed.
So I want to just turn so I'm not getting flanked anymore.
Yeah, of course that can happen.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me how that works. I'm not sure.
This is sufficiently. This
Yeah.
business here is sufficiently complicated. We've never. You have this U here.
Yeah.
It seems like it would be so clearly these guys can turn around and defend themselves. It just seems reasonable. These figures are just push into contact here,
Yeah.
so just make a movement with them
Okay.
forward. And yeah, that was easy.
And then just maybe wrap one around, or or none.
I'll give you 3.
Okay.
I'll give you up to 3.
All right. So 1, 2,
Yeah,
3.
that seems to make sense.
Okay. And
And I'll pull these guys, turn these guys around.
Oh, thank
like
you.
said,
Yeah.
just to-
great. So then the tricky bit is this. So I've got 9 movement, and there's no terrain issue.
I agree.
So I think the
Yeah.
question is like,
This clearly works.
okay, so how would you recommend it's actually positioned when they get there?
Okay, you have these guys in blocks of 2.
Yes.
Right. So
Yes.
so it seems to me like,
There will be 2.
and you know what? I'm going to use the square bases just to make it easier.
Make it easier.
So it seems like the 2 guys here, since these are engaged, sort of
Mhm.
can clearly do this.
and then they'll be straight behind them.
There you
because
go.
It's a full move.
There you
Full
go.
move.
Exactly.
Yep, I agree.
Exactly. You happy with that?
Absolutely.
There you go.
And then here, there's really nothing to do, but just to clarify that I'm not being flanked
Agreed.
anymore.
Agreed.
All right, melee time.
Yeah.
Well, let's go from left to right. So, 4 ogres.
Here.
Yep. And they just need 4s.
So you're gonna get 4 dice, right?
Yes.
Since they're high, they're over 3 health.
They get a +1.
They get +1. So their armor's 4. You actually need 3s.
4 dice, I need 3s.
Yeah.
And then the damage will depend on how many hit.
Correct. Maybe roll if you roll here.
Oh, for
kind of
sure.
on camera.
2 hits.
Okay, there's 2 hits, which counts as 3 damage.
Okay,
So I'm
nice.
taking three guys down. 1, 2, 3.
All right, can't complain.
And there's the ogre great strength coming
Yeah.
into play right there.
All right, so while we're on ogres, they need 2s,
Yes,
and there's 2 of them.
correct.
Okay.
Okay, so those are both hits, and again, that does a total of 3 damage.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
And so that they need 4s, right?
You're right. Okay. I think that's 6 there.
6 need
With
4s.
the gnolls. 3 hits.
3 hits.
3 hits. 1, 2, 3.
And then finally we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe.
Yep.
And they need 5.
Correct. There's 2 hits, so one of these figures goes down. I'll take him down. Crazy.
All right,
Is that it?
that's it.
That's not bad, man.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do morale checks from this side. So my horse is, the ratio is 5 plus 2 is 7. That's automatic.
You're good.
Okay, now these pikes here, the ratio is 0.
Yeah.
You killed more than half of them. 0 plus 1 for their health. If I can roll an 8, they're good.
Okay.
They're gone.
Okay. I mean, I feel for them. You know, they were sandwiched between ogres and gnolls.
Yeah,
That's
that
pretty
was.
bad news.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that was a good movement over the hill
Yeah.
to get on their backside.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Now here the rate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the ratio is 2
Yes.
plus 1 for their health.
Yes.
So if I need 6 on the dice. I rolled a 3, and that unit of pikes is smashed.
That stings. Yeah.
So I lost all my pikes all at once. My debris box out here.
Well, you know, I would run away too if
Hmm.
I was up against 40 ogres.
I thought, as usual, let's chat just a little bit, right? So sometimes I look at chainmail,
Yes.
right? And Gary Gygax was of Swiss descent,
Ah.
right? And so the Swiss, coincidentally, in chainmail were the best unit type, right? Had all kinds of advantages. And the rule there in chainmail is that you got your pikes, you're in formation on the front, you cannot be attacked. End of story. You just can't be attacked.
Okay.
And I look at that and go, that seems crazy. That seems like a crazy broken rule. Now, so here we are in Book of War, and I think as you evolve in D&D, like one of my questions is like, well, okay, maybe that would make sense for like normal men or horses, but what if you're giants?
Yeah.
I mean, giants should at least have the possibility of just wading in,
Yeah.
ignoring your pike hits and trying to hit you.
Yeah.
And so we have that in Book of War,
Yeah.
right? You can attack. I get the interrupt attack. It's big damage. And it never happens, right? And it winds up never happening because it's so dreadful a prospect that nobody ever dares to actually attack from the front. And effectively, you can't be attacked.
And you gotta respect Gygax for stuff like that, right?
Yeah, right. It's kind of funny that ultimately you can tweak a rule, but ultimately that actually is what practically happens here anyway.
Yeah.
And it's kind of an interesting discovery that we've had here that the interrupt attack of the pikes never actually takes place. Because so kind of funny. So it is my turn?
Yeah, you just did your morales, so it's your turn.
I don't like this, but I feel like my best option is just sit here and shoot these ogres, I guess. So I'm committed here. I'm committed with these horses against these gnolls. It seems like I'm more or less, I'm getting the better of this fight. I killed about 5 guys and you killed one of my guys here. So it seems like the horses here are okay.
Yeah.
I can shoot here. These guys are going to turn around and charge your gnolls in the back.
Okay.
My horse archers pull out their swords and cutlasses and charge the rear of these guys, which is what I should have done last turn. It was really a mistake last turn not to charge you last time. I think I was getting over clever.
Mm.
So I charge here, and I'm kind of looking at the angle here.
Yeah.
So I think I basically have the angle on these ogres.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay, so I'm going to sit here so I can shoot these ogres. I think maybe a couple of these guys don't have the angle. We'll figure that out, but most of them do. Okay, so they stay, they turn around, they charge. Okay. So this costs 12,
Okay.
and that's less than 12, so kablam.
Okay.
And this costs 2, and this is less than 22, so kablam.
Well, it's probably the half movement.
Yeah, you're right, actually. So I guess I can pull this guy in.
Yeah.
That's these gnolls there. Thank you. Again, that's technically 2 units of horse archers. All right, that's the movement. So I shoot here, I melee.
Okay.
This is clearly short range. So I'm going to get 10 dice, and I need 5s. There's 3 hits.
Okay, so that would take down an ogre with this damage.
Yeah,
die.
agreed. Great.
Oh, I got rid of damage.
So I'm shooting here and just checking angle. Okay, this guy's not at the right angle. Neither is this.
Well, it's just a 45-degree firing arc, right? I mean,
Yeah.
how are you seeing that's not right?
Well, if I'm really careful with this guy on the far end, see, I'm using this as a protractor, basically,
Oh.
right? Well, actually,
I think it's good. I think you're right.
I'm going to give myself 8.
Okay.
I'm going to say 8 figures
All
and
right.
have the angle on you.
Okay.
So this is going to be 8 dice, and I need 5s.
Okay.
Ooh, there's 4 hits, so I get a figure down.
All right. So, I guess this one.
Yeah. Okay. Now those medium horse over there, I have 5 figures. That's 10 dice, and I need 5 on your gnolls. That's pretty good. There's 5 hits.
So that's
2 and a
half.
half.
my
Yeah,
rolls,
2 and a half figures.
All right, 1, 2 and a half. Now, I have to ask: was that damage die a 2 before? Does anybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
good.
pretty sure about that.
Cool.
And then my horse archers at your back, so they are horses. 5 figures, I'm going to get 10 dice,
Yeah.
and I need 4s.
Right.
4s to hit your
Yes.
gnolls from the rear.
Right. 3.
That's not much better.
3,
4.
4. Okay.
4 hits, which is 2 figures.
All right. So why don't I knock these 2 down?
Yeah. Okay, so there is some stuff.
Okay. Shall I do morale?
Yes, please. The guys are sticky
3 to 1 plus 4.
for these guys.
But then I have to subtract 1, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it's 6. So
Agreed.
I cannot roll snake eyes.
Agreed.
I did not roll snake eyes. Okay. Over here it's 4 to 1. I think I'm okay.
Agreed.
All right. Now here, I think it's 3 to 2, so that's 1 plus 2. Is that
Mhm.
correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So then plus another 2
Yeah,
minus 1.
yeah.
So I need to roll 5.
I agree with that.
All right. Okay.
Easy. Yeah.
And over here, it's actually much better. 2, 4, 6, 7 to 2. So that's 3.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 6.
Agreed.
So I need to roll not snake eyes.
Yeah. Great.
Okay.
No morale breaks.
Great. So now movement.
Well, it's interesting that your burly humanoid types stay in the fight.
Yeah, for
They
sure.
stick around.
Yeah. I want to close here.
Yeah.
I would like
Got it.
to close there. I don't know what's going to be involved with reforming, though. Is that realistic? I want to know if that's realistic before I try to do it. I mean, remember,
Yeah.
this is actually a coherent unit because
Agreed.
I never wrapped
Agree.
around.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's really just a matter of turning. Okay, so it's I think it's a side face.
Yeah.
And then is 4.5 inches going to be enough?
Yes.
That's
I
the
agree.
question.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
I don't think it is.
I also agree. With
Yeah.
that.
So in that case, I'm going to go after these guys.
Oh, fascinating. Oh, crap. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. That's a
Yeah.
good move. That's a
Yeah.
good call, Dan.
Yeah. Here, I'm just going to about face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do this. I'm sure I'm good here, but let's just
Yeah.
check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, that's what I was worried about.
Yeah. So I just get all three of these fellows right up on you. Oops, sorry. I guess he's faced sideways.
Good call.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's a damage on these guys, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So,
Jeez, that's a good move here.
so here, I mean, it's
Yeah.
easily, we're good.
Yeah.
So I think. Oh, now the question is it a half move? I think it's
Right.
more than a half move. It's like 6 inches.
You know what? That's a half move,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Okay. So then boom,
Yeah.
and then I'll get all
Yeah.
4.
I don't think there's space on this side.
Okay,
But I'll
yeah,
give
so
you this
this-
guy over here.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. So that'll be there. I get this out of the way, I guess.
Yeah.
And then just about face here.
This is
Well, I can wrap around 3 on each side if I about face.
one
Or just one. Okay.
because of the half move for
Okay.
spinning.
So these guys were already here, so I can bring one more, but there's no room. So
I agree.
okay,
with
so
that.
I just.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Good deal.
Okay.
So let's start the
Awesome.
melee.
And we'll just pull this guy in contact here.
Oh, thanks. So 3 dice, but I only need
These guys are here, right?
3 dice, but I only need 3.
Yes.
Okay. I'll use these 3. Oops, dice. Ugh. Oh, what a
Oh man, there's no hits. Holy smoke.
that a real shit roll.
Holy crap.
Okay.
Wow. Crazy.
So these guys need 3 also, right? No.
They need 4s.
Do they?
You're talking about these ogres here?
Because it's a rear attack, though.
Oh, yeah, plus the ogres. Right, I
Yeah.
follow. Yep.
Yeah,
You're
so
right. Yep,
threes.
alternate 3s. You're right. Yep.
All right, so same deal again.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Can I do better this time?
Okay.
A little bit.
There's 2 hits, which count as 3 damage
You're right.
from ogres. So I don't have any damage.
Do you want one of
Yeah,
these?
give me a purple die, please. So you knock down 1 figure. Plus 1 more on these guys.
And then 1, 2, 3.
Maybe roll these guys
Oh,
just
yeah,
because
yeah,
they're on
1, 2, 3.
that. Yeah, I need 5s.
All right. One hit.
1 hit. Okay, so with this damage, 1 figure
Okay.
goes down.
All right. And now these guys. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5.
Agreed.
5. Okay.
Now these are separate units, so you're gonna do 3 here, 2 here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I need 4 fours.
Yeah. Geez,
2
that's nice.
hits.
Okay, there goes a figure here.
And now 2, right?
Yep.
Uh,
No hits.
Oh, sorry.
We're both getting a little tense. This is coming down to one of these tense Book of War endings.
Yeah.
So wow, you can get any hits here.
That was real.
That's
crap.
crazy. Okay, so morale check with this horse unit. So 2 figures to 1. That's ratio 2 plus 2 for their health. Dice need to be 5.
Okay.
Got it.
Good.
Stand up, you. I have a large box of lost figures. Now these horses here, 3 to 2 is 1 plus 2 for their health. Dice need to be 6.
Okay.
I missed that. That's a roll of
son of a
4.
bitch.
So I lose these 3 remaining horse figures.
Yikes.
So there's the end of my 50 or so medium horsemen in D&D. Okay. Okay, Dan. That's all my morale checks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'm committed. Boy, I don't like this at all. Normally, horse archers attacking from the rear would break a lot of units, but the gnolls, that's not the case. Huh. Well, okay, now I'm clearly committed here, so I'm going to wrap around here, get as many guys as I can in this desperate fight against these ogres.
Yeah.
These horse archers, I mean, my options are I could about face and run away 12 inches.
Yeah.
I don't see how that's doing me much good. I mean, I could run and shoot. Okay, so here comes Yowley, who has been
a troublemaker.
Yeah,
apparently
he's been
hey buddy,
looking to be involved all night.
Hey, come over here. Come here and smell my hand. Good job.
So he might possibly set up on the table here tonight.
Sweetie.
Now you notice that even if he's in a foul mood, he still doesn't move any of the miniatures. He's, all things considered, we have a fortunately behaved cat. He just wishes he had more attention sometimes. I don't see how I'm going to do any better. I mean, I could do a run and shoot thing with the horse archers, but I don't see how that's going to help me out. I'm in the open. I get 2 attacks per figure. I mean, what more can you ask for, really?
Yeah.
So I'll stay in the fight there, and I think the best thing... Jeez. I'm in a tough place. And I guess the best thing I can do here is I'm just going to unload on your ogres, I guess. So I guess I have no movement except some wraparound here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and that's everybody. That's it. So I'm going to melee, and shoot.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I got. So here I got 10 dice, and I need 5. It's not terrible. It's actually 5 hits.
All right. So that takes down an ogre
Yeah.
and increments the die by 1.
Yeah. My horse archers here, I got 4 figures. That's going to be 8 dice. And I need 5. Boy, those gnolls are tough. The number of hits is 0.
Oh, man.
I got no hits.
Mm. So it happens to you, too.
It does, yeah. And then here I got 10 dice on these ogres.
Yeah.
Crossbows, full volley. I got 2 hits.
So that takes down an ogre
It
with
does,
the damage die.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Some morale time.
Maybe fail some morale checks in a
It could
spectacular fashion.
It could
with your
happen.
ogres.
It could happen. So 2 to 1 is 2. Plus 4 is 6. Minus 1 is 5. Means I need a 4.
Agreed. You're good.
Okay.
This is hard to get big units like this to break.
Over here, it's 3 to 1.
Yeah.
So that's... I need not to get snake eyes.
Yeah, agreed. Need a 3.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's the only thing.
Yeah.
That was it. Okay.
It's your turn.
All right. Want to close on this? Well, I think I can still do it, but I guess I need to reform and then close.
You can about face and then move half.
Okay.
You'll only have 1 in contact, but
Well, this is not. So this is a wraparound. So do I need to
it looks like a line on the table.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's
okay.
it's
so about
yeah,
face, and then and then boom.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then can I do a similar thing here with these gnolls?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll just do a line like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the best you can
All
do.
right. Okay. Fine. This fight will continue.
You can bring, if there's two guys at the back there, you can bring them around to the front.
These fellows?
No, these two figures. Here.
Those fellows, yeah. All right, so one on this side,
Yep.
one on this side.
Got it.
All right. So
Crazy.
2 dice. Let me get these out of the way.
This belongs here.
2 dice, I need 3s, right?
Agreed. Jeez.
Nice. Finally.
Which counts as 3 hits.
Yeah, thank
Right,
God.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
Okay. Finally made some headway there. I was getting nothing. I was like just wasting my time.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Remember, those are 2 separate units.
Oh,
you
you're
do
right.
4 and 3 here.
Right. So I have 1 unit fighting 2 units.
Yes.
That's allowed.
It's also happening here.
Yes, you're right. You were correct.
Or I guess that's the reverse here. I guess
Yeah.
I have 1 unit fighting
Yes,
2
yes.
units, right? So that it happens sometimes.
It happened. All right.
Yeah.
So 4
Yeah.
that need 5s.
Yep.
No,
I know
no,
4s.
fours. 2 hits.
That's
3 hits.
3 hits.
Yikes.
Okay, so 1 figure goes down plus another damage.
Okay. Now 3 dice
Yeah.
that need 4s.
Yeah.
2 hits.
1 figure goes down.
All right. So then over here, for the ogre needs a 3.
Yeah. 1 figure.
And the gnoll needs a 4.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now you're just things seem to be going your way, Dan. Okay, maybe I can stick in the fight at least. Okay, so morale check here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 divided by 3 is 2 plus 1 for their health.
Right.
Need a 6. Got it.
Okay.
Here, 8 divided by 2 is 4 plus 1. So the dice need to be 4.
Okay.
That's good. And then both of these units, the math's going to be 1 divided by 1 is 1 plus 2 for their health, so I need 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one first.
You got
Just
it.
barely got it. And the other one, again, need a 6.
Wow.
Also
look
got
at you.
it. 6 and 6.
No waste.
So didn't lose any units. So I'm going to wrap around here.
Okay.
Right. That's. I guess I'm committed.
Yeah.
This
not
pretty much
you
looks
can
like I'm
do.
committed here.
Yeah.
So I'll pull my 3 around here. Maybe I can at least eliminate this gnoll unit and then get wrapping. Whoops. All right. Let me resolve this fight.
Okay.
So I have 3 figures against your ogres.
Yes.
I need, if I can get 5s, those are hits. There's no hits.
Okay.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figures against your gnolls. These are also armor 5.
Wow, that worked out, huh? So 3 hits.
There's 3 hits.
And I have 1 damage.
Correct. So 2 figures go down.
Okay.
All right. And my horses in the open, they get 2 dice each. So this one, I need 5s. There's no hits. And this one, I need 5s. There's 1 hit.
So I have 1 damage,
Yeah.
so we'll take a figure.
Yeah. And then finally this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I haven't rolled this, right?
No.
Okay, so here's 7 dice. And I need 5s on these ogres. Oh, Lord! There's 4 hits.
Okay, so that's 1.
That's 1 figure.
1 figure.
Yeah. All right, that's my turn.
All right. So let's see. I can roll morale. Okay. Let's do this first. 1 plus. Okay, so I basically need 6. You agree? No, not 6. I'm sorry. It's 5.
Agreed. Oh!
Broke
Rolled
the
a
ogres.
4.
Uh-oh.
Finally. Let me just double check the math here. So 1 divided by 1 plus 4 is 5 down to 4. So 4 plus 4 is 8, and we missed it.
No, yeah, it's no good. Okay.
Huh.
So now the next morale check is just this.
Right.
So nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I need to roll 6 again.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I did that time.
Boy, gnolls don't break.
Yeah. All right, hey, you win some, you lose some. Oh, I did have one down here, didn't I? So this is all 1 unit. So 1, 2,
Oh, shit,
3,
you're right.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's automatic,
Okay.
isn't it? Yeah.
Okay. My turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I got a free unit. I got an unengaged unit for the first time in a while.
yeah. There's not really much I can do about that. So I'm gonna just continue meleeing. So I do want to wrap around.
Yeah.
Can I just. But
I think I'm gonna come on this
Okay,
side.
okay.
I think. Yeah.
and.
Actually, you could also take that guy
Oh
off.
yeah. All right, so that's maybe.
Oh, yeah,
I
sorry.
do need a couple dice. Yeah. So 2. Let's do 2 against this guy.
Yep.
To need 4s.
Yep. Wow, double 6s.
Yes.
They are eliminated.
And now I have 4 dice that need 4s, right?
Yeah.
And that's
They are
2s.
also eliminated.
Yeah. That's fine.
Is that damage on me or was it on? It was
That
on
was
me,
on
right?
you.
Yeah.
That one was on you. Yeah. Okay. Now 3 dice that need 3s.
Yeah. An ogre attacks.
Worthless. Worthless ogre.
2, 2, and 1. Holy
And
smokes.
then I get 1 gnoll that needs
Yeah.
4.
Agreed. And that takes 1 off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is automatic. Okay. I gotta spend a turn to reform here. Okay. I wish I didn't. That seems to be it.
And reforming is a full move.
It
right?
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna position myself so that everybody's in the angle.
Gotcha.
So depending on what happens next, at least I'm gonna shoot somebody. You know. All right, no attacks here. I'm fighting over here, so I have 3 fighting against your ogres. I need 5s. There's no hits. And then I have 4 against your gnoll and also 5 armor. And that actually does eliminate
Okay,
him.
so he's gone. All
It's your turn.
right. So I guess I have to reform, and that's my turn, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, you could about face. It seems like they're kind of in a line over there. You could about face, and we could call it a line.
but I'm still not going to be able to close or anything.
Yeah.
So I'll just reform.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So
Yeah, this is one of these games that's really coming down to the wire.
yeah. And then I guess do I get to
Point him anyway or
Yeah,
what?
yeah. All right.
Seems like you're pointing at me.
So now
Specifically, here's my perspective here at the moment with these crossbows.
3 dice. Need 3s.
Or attacks.
Only 1 hit.
Only
It's
one.
really pathetic, these ogres. Okay.
They're having a tough time.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus 1 for their health, 7. That's automatic.
Okay.
I'm not sure you're in range, but I'm going to try to... So I'm going to wrap around here as much as I can. I don't think I get any... I'm not far enough around to get back attacks. And I'm going to try to shoot. Here to here. So am I within 18?
I think you probably are.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The answer is yes. But long range.
So you need 6, right?
Correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice is what I want. Okay. Do you need 6?
Yeah, because you didn't move this turn, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I reformed last turn. There's a 6.
All right, so I'll put a damage die on him.
1, 2, 3, 4. And I got 6 fighters over there against your ogres. I need 5s. There's 1 hit.
All right.
It's your turn.
You know something I'm realizing? I think that I can't close on you there, but I think I might be able to close on you there.
Oh, crap.
Oh, I'm going to try.
Yeah.
So it would have to be 9 from this corner.
Correct. Agreed. Well, that's a clever move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be a full move, so I guess I just,
Yes.
like...
Yep.
Okay.
I agree. So you get those 2 front guys fighting.
So first let's do the ogres, which need 3s.
Yep.
Ooh, finally!
So there's 3 hits, which turns into 4 hits.
Okay. Gosh, finally a good roll.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. And then 2 dice against the need 4s.
Yep, agreed.
Okay, 1 hit.
1 hit. All right. This seems quite likely to. Okay, so I get 0 for the ratio. I got 1 for the health. If I can roll 8, I get to fight with that one figure.
Cool.
I need 8. I rolled a 5, and you have smashed that bunch
10
of
guys
crossbows.
run away.
Yeah. Okay. Here's my last unit. There's my last unit right there. I shoot. I mean, you can't be any further away, so... Okay, now normally I would like shoot the infantry unit and say, hopefully I can get morale roll and maybe break. I'm gonna do that. I mean, so maybe I can. I think I need to knock off 1 figure, and you need to roll snake eyes. But I feel like that's my best shot.
All right.
So I unload on your gnolls. I am with an 18.
Yep.
So here comes 7 dice, and I need 6s. Right. Even a single 6 eliminates a figure. That damage die. There are no 6s there. Nothing higher than a 4.
All right, so it's my turn.
It is your turn.
What? Tell me what. So I need to. Is this still a coherent unit?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to about face.
Yes.
So that's a half move.
Yeah.
And then come towards you.
Yeah.
So about face like this.
Yeah.
And like this and like this.
Yeah. You could also pivot around this way, but I think this is it doesn't make any real difference.
Is that what you mean? Like,
yeah.
Okay. And now I get 4.5 inches.
Correct. Yep.
And then over here, I think. I think I'll stay behind you. I think I'll move.
Oh my goodness. Oh man, you're really on tonight, Dan. Wow.
So that's 9.
Yeah.
So I'll just do that.
Wow. What a clever move. Huh. What a clever move, using your ogres to guard your gnolls. Well, so I've got the angle because I set that up before.
Yeah.
Basically. So I'm going to unload on the ogres.
Okay.
There's 7 dice, and I need 5s.
Okay.
Pretty clearly short range.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to?
That's a lot of hits, man.
Or do you want to roll one of these, or?
This one I think I can get with my foot.
I can reach it. I can reach
Yeah.
it.
Thank you. Okay, there's a crap ton of 5s. There's actually 5 hits.
All right. So 1 goes down.
Yeah, take it from the back.
Oh, yeah,
the
from
rule
the
says from the
back.
back. Yeah.
And then, would you mind incrementing that by
Right.
1? Thanks.
So you've missed an ogre morale roll before.
You're right. Okay. 2 to 1, so that's 2. Plus 4 is 6. Minus 1 is 5. So I need 4.
Yeah. A 2 or a 3 breaks the ogre unit.
Yes.
You rolled
How
a
about
5.
a 2 and a 3? All right, so I'm good. All right.
Yep.
So I'd like to close with the ogres.
Yep.
Remaining ogres. I think that's less than half, so I can
agree.
wrap one around.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so we'll just go boom,
Yep.
boom.
Yeah.
And then these guys will come up. That's damage. Right?
Are you with a 9?
Actually, probably not. So I'll just come up. I think I'll just come up like directly behind them. That's what I'll do.
Crazy.
Because
Okay.
that way you can't shoot me if you happen to kill
I
me.
can't. Clever.
Right.
Clever.
Okay, so I just delete this. Is that okay?
You're going to have trouble moving on the next turn. I feel like you're going to regret that.
Okay.
If you were back here, you could pivot this way, that way, if your ogres are still here.
Okay, I'll leave that extra inch.
Yeah.
You don't have to be nice to me at this point. All right. So now we have 2 dice that need 3s, right?
Yes. Okay, there's 2 hits that turn into 3 damage.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And my morale check is 1 + 1. I need to roll 7.
Oh boy. Hey.
I roll
nice.
an 8. I'm still here. I'm not dead yet. Here are 4 dice in melee. I can't shoot right now. I need 5s.
Hey, 2 hits.
There's 2 hits.
So that's a
2
dead
damage.
ogre,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. All right. Dead 10 ogres.
Yep.
So now morale. 1 to 1. That's 1. And so I need to roll a 5.
I agree. Yeah. Yep.
All right, I'm still alive. And I want to close with the.
Yeah.
So the question is that a half move
Right.
or a full move?
Yeah.
So that is
That's,
a half
yeah,
move.
it's less than half.
So if I come up like this,
Yep. You can bring 1.
1 around.
Yep. Okay, so you get 3 of those guys attacking.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
So first, let's do the ogre.
Yep.
Ogres.
No double damage. There's no possibility of double
Right,
damage.
no double damage.
Of incremented damage.
Yeah, 3.
That is a hit. There goes 1 of these guys
down.
go down.
And now I'm going to do 3 dice that
Yep.
need 4s.
Yep.
2 hits.
2 hits. Well, that's looking pretty decisive. So my I get 1 for their health. That's it. If I can roll 8, I'm still fighting.
You're still in
I
it?
get a turn. I rolled a 4 and they run.
Good game.
Wow.
Hey.
Good
so,
job.
So you know what else this was in addition to fantasy versus infantry? Well, we both had lots of 2-hit dice figures.
Yeah, horses for me.
Yeah.
Gnolls for you.
But then I had these. I'm the only one who had other like really high hit
Yes.
dice because you have to have a fantasy. There's nothing
Agreed.
in.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I will say when we said based on William's suggestion of fantasy versus normal types, there's a little bit of a gray zone about whether I could be permitted elephants, which like weren't in the basic game of first edition,
Right.
or if I could be permitted elite knights.
Yeah.
Right, which would be higher health. And just to be completely above board, I just personally decided not to use those types.
I think that's interesting. I would if I, not being a historian,
Right.
I would think that the elephants are acceptable.
Yeah.
The elite knights, I don't know what the historical analog to that would be. I'm not saying it doesn't exist.
Right. It's right. And so
Yeah.
that you consider that to be, third level fighters in D&D.
Right.
How is that starting to get into heroic fantasy?
Yeah.
Agreed. So maybe if we do this again another time, maybe I could use elephants, but not the elite knights.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I get armor. I get heavy armor.
Yeah.
But the elite
Yeah.
knight is even something more than that.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. So,
Correct.
Interesting.
Yeah. Correct. So at least in this fight, as you were saying, you had the 4 health ogres,
Yeah.
and you played well.
Thank
I
you.
mean, I think that like when Christian beat me 2 episodes ago, he got lots of great rolls.
Mhm.
Right, he just ran the board of rolls. Tonight the rolls were pretty equitable.
It was up and
Right.
down for both of us.
You missed some morale, I missed some morale.
Yeah.
You got some no hits, I
Yeah.
got some no hits. So I think the dice are pretty fair tonight, and you made a lot of great moves. I love this bit at the end of blocking the gnolls with your ogres was great.
Yeah.
They were really smart redirections of like you want to do A, but instead you pick B
Yes.
path instead, which is more productive.
Yeah.
So I think you were really kind of on tonight with your play.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I do think it's if I have a comfort zone, it's more with the non-heroic figures,
Non-solo figures.
non-solo figures.
Yeah, I hear you.
So
Yeah.
it's fun to go back to that occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You played really well.
Thank you.
I will say, okay, so one of the things, so one of our, experiments here, right, based on William's idea was, are the normal men types even vaguely balanced against the special fantasy types? And I think I made a game out of it at least, right? We were down to 2 units to 1.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, well, it depends how you look at it, right? I mean, I think on average you would not expect me to win, and I won. So
I think it was a good matchup for you. Your gamble with the orcs paid off.
Yes.
The orcs weren't in the battle that super long.
They got one volley off.
But they got one volley off, and they were at full capacity for that volley, right? With the gamble and the cloudy weather coming out for you. So one thing that I think I've said in the past is that I really want to maintain, the normal men types to be viable types against the fantasy types. So when I'm cost balancing things, if the fantasy types come out kind of borderline, right? Should I go 10 or should I go 12? In those borderline cases, I push the prices on the high side specifically so that the men are still viable.
Right.
So all the way through the whole system as I've been balancing and I'm making decisions specifically to tone down the fantasy types. Right. And if you look at the computer assessment, right, of what types, and again, it's I'm only using one type, one at a time. I'm just using one terrain type. I'm just using a very simple collision of types. But if you look at the assessment of all 50 different basic unit types, the top 5 are all men.
Okay.
The computer says that the top 5 are all of the best things are actually all men.
Wow.
And in an attempt to give myself the best chance, and I looked at that and I picked
The top 5.
well close to it. Right, they're mostly all foot. Right,
okay.
so actually among the top 3 are lightfoot, medium foot pikes.
Okay.
And then crossbows and horse archers. And then I think medium horse come in at like number 16 out of the 50. So I think that it's interesting that even though I picked 3 out of the top 5, I still lost. And I think that's if I'm not crazy, I think that our balancing is still everything's still fair game.
Oh yeah.
Right. The balancing is sufficiently close that everything's still fair game, and you can win or lose with any type.
Well, I mean, I will say that I actually thought at one point I was going to beat you even worse.
Okay, yeah,
And at the end, I was actually like, wait a minute, is this going to turn against
This
Is this going to turn against me?
this happens so often, right? Isn't that a miserable feeling?
Yeah. I was actually nervous for a minute.
Yeah.
So
You really should have had the other ogres in the fight at the end.
oh, the other ogres?
Yeah, your other ogres that lost morale.
Oh, yes.
Because I think did you lose one
right,
figure?
I lost morale.
Or two figures from that.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
When that happened, that was
Right.
around the time I was like, oh no.
Right.
Yeah, so.
You can make it pretty viable with a large, as usual with these war games, you can make a viable fight with a large number of weak units.
Oh, yeah.
So when my crossbows were forced to get in melee, and once I can wrap around you, it's not completely, I'm going to do something.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And again, some games are totally broken with that. And I'm pretty happy with Book of War isn't totally broken with that mechanic.
No.
So good job. And once again, I'll say, looking at the assessment, the very weakest, supposedly, the computer says the very weakest unit in the entire system is the dwarf Cranachiniers, the dwarf crossbows and mules. And by God, Christian beat me with that. So I can take the very, numerically the best things and lose, and you guys can pick the very worst things and still win. So they're all viable.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's great. I think it's well balanced.
Yeah. I think that's a good experiment.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good experiment. Is if anything, coming in knowing nothing else, I was going to bet on the men winning.
Yeah.
And I think I picked the strongest forces I could. I didn't make any super mistakes tonight. The only thing I could say is I should have had the horse archers melee you one turn sooner. But it probably wouldn't have made any difference.
Yeah, right. I remember when you did that. Yeah. All right. Well, good game.
Yep. Super good game. Let's see. So Knick-Knack is saying, to be honest, he thought halfway through that your army was bottlenecked by my army and expected a victory for me. Yep. Did not expect you to pull out the win like you did.
Well, you kind of solved my bottleneck when my morale broke on my archers. I did have a real bottleneck there, and I was like, in my head, like, what am I going to do? Right. And then they broke morale. I was like, okay, well, the bottleneck's gone.
Yeah, good point. And Knick-Knack, I agree. Right at that point, I also thought that I had the game well in hand.
Yeah.
And your column coming up the middle there was just got tougher and tougher. It was like here's round one, ding ding, and then round two, just got more powerful forces down the pipe.
I think I remember at one point I slightly surprised you when I didn't engage with the giants. Yeah, and I think that was a good call because it allowed me to come over here because I had that more or less in hand. Yeah. So, those were all good moves. And it's multiple times I was going to try to break out with the horse archers, get on that side of you, and I never really had the opportunity. So interesting terrain placement. Oh yeah,
I like this difficulty and then open in the middle. I think made for a really interesting fight actually.
For sure.
Cool. Okay. Well, now I'm going to need revenge.
Of course.
In 2 weeks.
Of course, in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I was just checking my phone. I think that I will be here.
Okay, so we'll plan on that. If you are not a patron, I'm sure we're going to be discussing this fight on our Discord server. So feel free to check out patreon.com/wanderingdms, and feel free to get on our Discord server where we will we'll be chatting, and I'll be fuming probably. I know. Are the gnolls too powerful?
Well, now, one time you told me the gnolls were slightly overpriced.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you noticed that to begin with. I noticed that
in another game when it didn't work. Of course, when things don't go in your favor, it must be overpriced.
You look really closely, and I think with like the longbows. Yeah. Right. You looked at the prices of men longbows and no longbows, and were like, is it really worth the 1 health and some morale bonus?
Yes.
So the gnoll foot, they stick in the fight. They stick in the fight a long time.
Yeah.
Really fascinating unit type. So this is I'm feeling pretty confident actually about how we've got this. Honestly, there's one unit type in the basic list that is clearly there's a problem with it. I don't know if anybody can spot that now. There's one specific unit type that if you look at it closely
in the basic list, you mean
yes.
men, like men, or
that page.
This page.
The 50 the normal units that's 50 long. Kind of similar to the problem with the gnolls versus men. There's something if you compare men versus this. There's obviously a question mark to it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. At this point, it's so close. I don't know if I can slice it up any finer, frankly.
Yeah.
So so join us on Sunday. Paul and I will be back for more Wandering DMs Sunday at 1 p.m. So I hope you join us for that. Next week I'll be back for more Elder Times Pool of Radiance. I'm coming to the end. Boy, I had a really tough fight last time with Pool of Radiance, but I'll be back and maybe I'll wrap it up possibly in one or two more plays. And then Dan and I'll be back in 2 weeks for more Book of War.
Yeah, looking forward.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Enjoy your summer. Stay cool. And we will see you in the future. Take care, everybody.